And we are live. Welcome to Odd Shopper Live, everybody. I'm going to get my water out of the way. I am Josh Engleman. Wednesday, September 18th. We're breaking it all down. Sports books, pick'em sites, whatever we can find, we are going to grab the value. And boy, oh boy, did it work out yesterday. Plus 8 units. We hit our WNBA profit boost, hit a bunch of my strikeout props, got the Jason Dominguez homer right, got the Brandon Lau homer right. Shout out to DraftKings for the odds surge on that one. We had a lot going on yesterday. A lot of dubs. Big time day, though. Big time day to the bankroll. Very, very, very good. Brought us up to a fantastic positive September now, which is very helpful. You can see here. $10 units wagered, 8.8 coming back in the door, 85% ROI. Some of the stuff we hit yesterday, Jason Dominguez to homer, did get a little bit of positive EV on that bad boy. Kyle Stowers, did he homer? No. Did we get plus 900 on a plus 750 closing line? We sure did. We sure did. It went well. This was the biggie, though. We hit this one yesterday. Jonquel Jones points. Jonquel Jones rebounds. Brittany Sykes points. Odds boost on the WNBA paid us off greatly. Junior Caminero ended up going yard. That one helped us out. Brandon Williamson strikeouts helped us out. The only one that really hurt us was Gavin Williams strikeouts, and he snuck right over. Can I just do a quick two-man for Prize Picks? My boss is getting mad. Maybe? So right away, we don't have a ton of value on Prize Picks using Odd Shopper. Seems to be more of a better day today. But I have put in Prize Picks cards. I already made them free using Tails. If you go to Tails on Odd Shopper, go to Insider Picks. Apologies. Go to Tails. So you click on Tails. You can discover. You can go see all the people that are here giving out free plays, including me. So you got a free play from Isaiah today. Arizona and Seattle. You got the Braves money line from Danny Burke. Aton hit a Jets Patriots play. But I dropped some free cards in here. My top 6 pitcher strikeouts and my top 5 underdog plays. You guys should be able to see this, but if not, I'll read it off. 6 strikeout plays. I don't know if they still exist on Prize Picks. So whatever you want to use out of this par save, go for it. Dean Kramer, Eduardo Rodriguez, Landon Knack, Framber Valdez, Jack Kakanowitz, and Brady Basso. All less than strikeout props. Let's take a look and see if they still exist. So pitcher strikeouts. First one up is Dean Kramer at 6. It's still at 6. I'd recommend grabbing it. Erod at 5.5. Still there. Grab it. Landon Knack at 5. Still there. Grab it. Framber Valdez, 5. Still sitting at 5. Excellent. Kokanowitz at 3.5. Doubt that moved. Doesn't exist anymore. You got to take the Demons and Goblins. So that one's not necessarily there. Brady Basso, 4. Still there. So you can get 5 of those. Par save golf. If you want to hop in there. But that card is already in. Similarly, if you're an underdog guy, I dropped this one. A little bit of similarity, but this is hits allowed. That's Basso, Rodriguez, Schwellenbach, Cortez, and Valdez. And that's going to be at underdog. You think I'm a day early with Salvador Perez? Okay. Well, let's dig into it. Shall we? Because I'd love to grab a couple extra homer props. We took a shot on Salvador Perez yesterday. Didn't work out for us. We took another shot on Bobby Witt as well. Didn't work out for us. We had a same game parlay boost on FanDuel that allowed us to try that one on for size. I'm going to load up my model right now and take a look at our boy Salvi Perez. I'm guessing we have another odds surge on DraftKings today just because of what's out there. Seems to me that they would focus on MLB. I did hit a couple home run props already, so we could talk about those. So I already put in Michael Conforto to homer at plus 800. That is already down to plus 725. I got Juan Yepez at plus 900. And that is down. That's already up to plus 1,000. I thought that would move for sure. That line was juiced heavily on FanDuel and not everywhere else. Really surprised to see that one move negatively against us. Bailey Ober strikeouts moved in our direction. Look at that value. I hit Bailey Ober's under 5.5 strikeouts at minus 146. It's minus 182 now. That's 8.7% move in our way. George Springer to homer hasn't moved. Caminero again. We got this yesterday. We're in again today. That's already down to 680. He did homer. So we're getting a lot of good value on everything that released already. Lost a little bit on Quintana, but that's not going to move all that much. Kokanowitz moved significantly. Got it at minus 108. It's at minus 134 now. And then, parlays and strikeout props and things like that are all still sitting out here. Pretty happy with what we've got so far. Let's take a look at Salvi. So, Salvador Perez. Plus 400 on FanDuel, 375 on Bet365, and plus 400 on BetMGM. I don't have it as a positive value play. Let's look at it, see if we can squeeze anything out of it, since Eckler nails this every day. So that's against Skubal. Obviously the lefty-righty matchup is nice. I want to look at the park factors. But I don't think I'm going to get the Salvador Perez Eckler, so you're going to have to just rub it in my face later tonight, sometime after 7:40, when he inevitably goes yard. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get to this one. Game 11. Yeah, I mean, the park factor helps. Righty power plays up better in Kansas City than lefty power. The problem really is that Tariq Skubal just simply does not give it up. Like, 219x ISO for Perez over the past 2 years against lefties, but 124x ISO against righties across 3,300 pitches for Skubal. It was a pretty bad spot. So I can't get behind this one, Eckler. But I get it. Let me see if I have any value anywhere else that I haven't hit yet. George Springer still sitting out there at 600. I absolutely love it. Gunnar Henderson out there at 630. So we got Birdsong on the hill for the Giants. We have 257x ISO for Gunnar Henderson against righties, but lefties don't hit Birdsong. Birdsong's got a changeup that limits them. But look what happens when Birdsong throws fastballs to lefties. His non-fastball offerings don't get hit, and he generates a lot of swinging strikes. 43% of his pitches to lefties have been fastballs, and he's given up a 251x ISO. Just for sake of argument, 262x ISO for Gunnar Henderson simply against righty fastballs. I'm betting Gunnar Henderson. So I'm going to bet Gunnar Henderson right now to homer. And I think that you guys should join me. So Gunnar Henderson to homer. That's going to be at plus 630. We can get 0.4 of a unit down on Gunnar to homer. I love this. I would be shocked if it stays at 630. So let's get that one in for 0.4 of a unit. Done. Because that's sitting at 518 at Penny, 550 at 365, and 575 at BetMGM. Even just getting it down to 600, we're kind of buying we're basically like covering our juice. All right, Eckler says Randy Arozarena. I have it. I mean, the line is great. Plus 470 at FanDuel, 375 at Penny, 365 and BetMGM. I don't have it as a great value at FanDuel, but we might be able to squeeze something out of this. So let's head to Seattle. You've got Nestor Cortez on the hill. Man, I cannot wait to do this for the NBA. 215x ISO for Arozarena against lefties over the past 2 years. That's great. Cortez does give it up against righties for sure. 185x ISO. The problem is the park. It just limits so much power that while I'd like to squeeze out Arozarena here, I just need a little bit better of a line. Like, I need north of 500, and it's just not available. Let's look at Ketel Marte. That's the next one from Eckler. Better value. It's 310 at FanDuel. It's like 280 everywhere else. You're in cores. Gomber on the hill. Austin Gomber gives up power in big ways. Ketel Marte, 233x ISO to lefty pitchers over the past 2 years. Gomber has a 200x ISO to righties. That's across 3,600 pitches. And he doesn't seem to develop any sort of swinging strikes. Not to mention, Ketel Marte against lefties in the past 2 years has only struck out 14% of the time. So it's not likely to see him go down on strikes, which means he's going to get a pitch to hit. I'm going to get the Ketel Marte line. So we're going to get Ketel Marte. This is going to be a pretty limited line. Like, I don't think my unit is going to be all that high. We're looking at 310. We'll hit it for a quarter. It's minimal. It's very minimal. But I'm going to get that in. Do I have anybody else that's showing up on my model with a little bit of value? Santander as well as Gunnar. I think you can make a case for Ryan O'Hearn. Kerry Carpenter is a little interesting. So we got Marsh on the hill. Carpenter with a 251x ISO against righties. Just mashes. 207x ISO allowed for Marsh. 2 righties. It's 540 on Penny. I'm going to get Kerry Carpenter. And that's Kerry Carpenter, 630. Very, very, very limited. 1/10 of a unit. It's the lowest that I would be willing to go on anything. But there is still value here. Eckler, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I don't really think I have anything else in the home run streets right now. Unless you want to get like super weird. Like Alec Burleson, who doesn't have a market anywhere else, it appears. If you're a big fan of like Bryce Turang, it's 1,300 on BetMGM. Lamont Wade probably has a little bit of value. Not necessarily the guy that you normally focus on. Dean Kramer is on the mound. Wade with a 191x ISO against righties. 45 points north of his regular ISO. He's been a little unlucky. Has hit 22 homers and 758 plate appearances. Dean Kramer has major lefty power issues. 213x ISO over the past 2 years. 195 this year. Can I squeeze a little bit of value here? Lamont Wade, 870. Yeah, we can get 20 down on Wade as well. So 0.2 of a unit for those of you that care. That's a decent little trio. So that's Wade. Who did I just put in? Wade. I'm gonna round robin these two. Wade, Gunnar, Marte. No, Wade, Gunnar, Carpenter. It's not going to let me do this, is it? I'm going to hit the Wade, Gunnar combo for 10. Maybe they'll both go yard. All right, that hits us on FanDuel. Now we got to look at some promos. So, we have a 15% parlay boost for 3 legs. It does get bigger as you go. That's what she said. We can let that one loose if we can find enough value. So we'll think about that one in a second. No sweat for tomorrow. We'll hit later. That's all we have. So let's see if we can build an MLB parlay using Odds Shopper. So I'm going to go to the Portfolio EV tool. I'm going to go to the Parlay Builder. And I'm going to pull up FanDuel. I just want to put this out there right now because you heard me say it. Juan Yepez at plus 1,000 on FanDuel is the number one play available on Odds Shopper. I kind of want to take a spin on this and go Yepez. We sort down to the Nats game. We'd have to take Yepez, Chaparro, and Nats over. 2 homers and the Nats over. Oh, wait, game over 7. That works too. What does that end up looking like? Just out of curiosity. Over 7 runs, Yepez, Chaparro. Oh, it's got to be a parlay and not a same game parlay. All right, that actually helps us. So if we go, because now we don't have to stay in this game. I thought it was an SGP, but it's not, which is awesome. So if I reload this and get every game, now we could take the Yepez play. Erod strikeouts. Those are both 2 positive plays. And then let's grab Bregman. Because this is a 21% EV parlay. And we can bump it by 15%. Now, is this likely to hit? No. You need Bregman and Juan Yepez to both homer. But we can get 19,750. I mean, I'd rather not have 2 home run plays. If we pull Bregman and add, I would like a non-home run prop here, FanDuel, if you don't mind. Not that I'm mad about it, but this is not the day that I'm searching for that. Schwellenbach strikeouts instead. So that's Yepez to homer, Erod strikeouts, Schwellenbach strikeouts. Now we're at a pretty nice line. EV calc, 2% odds of winning. Could be upwards of 2.4. So we're getting 2% to win, 44.43 on the odds. We're like, if I take that up to 2.4, we just squeeze over. So we can roll the dice here very minimally, but take our chance. This is what it's made for. We take that boost. When we hit it once, we pay it off for a very long time. Pete Crow to homer. Let me look at it. Man, I couldn't hate that one anymore, Eckler. That's my least favorite of anything you've recommended. I have the line at plus 1,000 at negative 36 EV. You're almost better off betting him to not homer at minus 2,200. All right, so it looks like we're dead on FanDuel. At the very least, I guess we go and check out DraftKings Sportsbook and find out if we have any promos for today. Oh, not homer. Hits, runs, RBI. Gotcha. All right, let me get logged into DK. And let me see if we have any promos here. Do we have any value out there on DK, first and foremost? Not really. Not so much. All right, promos on DK Sportsbook for today. Go up 2 and get paid immediately. If you moneyline bet a team and they lead by 2 runs at any time, it just wins. Kind of like the idea of attacking that. Any 2-run lead for $25 gets you that dub. That's probably worth checking out. NFL touchdown scorer stepped up parlay. We'll look at that heading to we'll probably do that on Friday. MLB plate appearance boost pack. Get 5 profit boosts to use on plate appearances today. So that's going to be live betting. Basically. Not really something that I normally do. Should probably build that out. I have the data where I could estimate odds of singles and doubles and triples and homers and stuff. So maybe that's something I'll play with for individual matchups. Where we could look at, like, the first one that I pulled up is whoever the hell's Justin Steele's pitching for the Cubs. So like Steele against Brent Rooker, in play outs plus 150, strikeout plus 185, walked or hit by a pitch at plus 700, single is plus 500. I can do all of that. I have those rates pulled and calculated already for these individual matchups. So maybe I'll set that up. We're probably only going to get a week or 2 out of it, but it'll be good for when we get to baseball season in April. But other than that, we don't have anything. Ooh. Choose your exclusive gift. Onyx members get 2 pairs of Shoe Surgeon shoes or a Jeff Hamilton leather jacket. I get 2 pairs of shoes? That's fun. Didn't see that. Definitely taking advantage there. Where are my shoes at? Yo, why can't I look at these? I did opt in. Where's my code? We're gonna shop up my shoes. I hadn't seen that. Well, apparently I can't. It won't let me. When can we do this? Must redeem by 10:09. Yo, 2 pairs of shoes, man. Fuck yeah. That's the best thing they've given me. Because they dicked me over for the Onyx rewards earlier this year. Yo, this is fun. Gotta send this one to the wife. I'll do that later, I guess. All right. Well, DraftKings has no promos. We have nothing else we can look at DraftKings. So let's head to the pick'em side and see what we can build. Two big plays on DK pick 6, NFL and MLB, so they don't really sync up. Betr has some value. PrizePicks actually has some value now. Let's go to the pick'em optimizer and see if we can build another PrizePicks card. 10% EV. Cody Bradford strikeouts. Syracuse football on Friday, and then 4 more MLB plays. Julio Rodriguez, Vientos, Cal Raleigh, and TJ Friedel. I don't think it's going to let me do this one with full odds. No shit, it does. All right. Well, let's load that one in. Taking the top 6 plays on PrizePicks coming out of Odd Shopper right now. Play is in. Link is shared. Dude, I am pumped for those sneakers. Fuck yeah. That's going to be great. Captain, I can't help you in any way there. Don't know anything about fantasy football. But I appreciate you subbing. Thanks for being here. But I am not going to be your help there in fantasy football. I do not play it. I do not follow it. All right, so we got one in for PrizePicks. Also, don't forget to use the Caleb Williams free square once again. No reason to pass up on that. You still have 4 more days to do it. So we hit PrizePicks easily. And I might add, Rice receptions for Sunday, Demario Douglas for Thursday night, Schwarber runs for tonight. There's a couple more 1% EV plays. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got 6. You've got 9 plays that you could rotate through for 6 pick cards. That would be my recommendation. Does Underdog have anything? Not a damn thing. Not a single EV play on Underdog right now. Sleeper. Other than Gavin Sawchuk rushing yards for Saturday, we're really thin. Top 5 plays get you to 2% EV. That's not something I would ever take. And then if we go to Betr, this one's going to exist. 5 pick Betr card, 8%. It's fine. It's fine. It's a little lower than I want on Betr. Now, to be fair, we did go 3-1 yesterday on Betr and get we got a 50% ROI on what we put together on Betr. So I'm going to fire this, but it is a little bleaker than I would like it to be. So let's see if it lets me do it, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a Rosarania and Miller, but let's find out. So that's going to be Kokanowitz. All right, Kokanowitz, strikeouts less than. Rosarania. Hits, runs, RBIs less. Bryce Miller, earned runs less. I like that one when he's pitching at home. Devers, runs. To not get one. And then finally, Rutschman, hits, runs, RBIs. Let's hope that he's not on for the Orioles homer. 5 picks, 10-1 on your 5 pick entry. If you hit all 5, if you go 4-1, you can still get a little bit of money back. Boom. Betr card is in. I don't have a link. Actually, I'll pop into the chat and drop this link in for everybody else. I didn't think about the fact that I can do that. Copy link. Let's mute my phone so it doesn't hear me go live. All right. I'm in chat. And there's the Betr link. Shout out Josh Engleman. Is there value on either side of Cease 5.5 strikeouts? I can tell you what I have for it, if that helps. And we could take a look at it using the portfolio EV tool as well. So if we go for Cease, strikeout prop, we have more value on the under right now, negative 1.3%. We basically have it as like a coin flip at 5.5. 50-50 on 5.5, true odds at basically 100. So for me, I don't have any value on Cease. Of all the pitchers that go today in 15 games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 of them that don't have any value. Number one for me with a bullet, this is the one that I think everybody should be getting, is Erod. And honestly, if you can get it right now, you should. And I want to walk through why. One, I love the line for the under. But right now, this line at 5.5, okay, is minus 118. Actually, I got to take a screenshot of this. Give me 1 second, guys. Just give me 1 second here. Where can I dump that screenshot? All right, perfect. I'll deal with that later. So minus 118 for FanDuel. It's minus a ton everywhere else. 130 at DK. You're looking at minus 159 on Penny. This is the best line you can find. I think it just moved. It did. It just moved to minus 125. So you lost 7 there. But this line is going to move even further. This is the number one play that I think you can get. That is the under to strikeouts right now on FanDuel for Eduardo Rodriguez. I've already bet it. But that line is going to continue to move. Minus 125 right now is the best line you can get. I got a couple others. Basso, Valdez, Quintana, Bailey Ober on DraftKings. 5.5 on Erod on pick 6. Yeah, that's probably I would take the under. I think there's probably better than that. Steele. So Steele is one where I don't have any value on either side, but definitely a weird situation for him and how deep he can go into this game. Durbo, Diamondbacks or Rockies, asking who I like. Not much of a sides guy. I don't really believe in finding value on sides, generally speaking. If I'm going to bet sides, I'm just usually looking for a low hold. That Rockies game in particular, the best thing I think you could find is, betting Arizona money line at BetMGM. But Durbo, I'm not a sides and totals guy. I'm not sure we have anything else that we could look at. I'll look back at the portfolio one last time to see if there's anything hanging out there. It's Juan Yepez to homer at BetMGM. And then that's kind of it. That's the only play north of a 2 odd shopper rating. One last peek at the pick'em. Pavin Smith to homer coming from Bug Boy. I'll take a look at it at least. If I look at home run props using my model for Pavin Smith. Because we know Bug Boy's terrible at this, so I don't want to look too hard into it. Line is 440 on FanDuel, 600 on Bet365, and 625 at BetMGM. I have this play at negative 18 on BetMGM. Your best bet, if you got to take anything, would be to bet him to not homer at Bet365. Never, Durbo, never. Unless it shows up on OddsShopper, I'm rarely betting anything regarding a team. Unless there's just value. If it shows up on OddsShopper. But I don't ever really look at no-run first inning bets unless I'm getting some sort of bonus. By the way, there's the Erod strikeout prop from FanDuel coming up as the second best option that you can get to. Something to think about. But I think we're done here, guys. I think we've hit everything. We got our PrizePicks card built. We got our Betr card built. We hit some home run props. I showed you guys all the strikeout props that I took earlier today. And we got one from Underdog, at least earlier. So I'm going to pack this one in, folks. Durbo, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with taking those bets. There's so many different like micro markets that you could look at. And that's just not one that I've ever really paid attention to. That's probably going to be something that I look at more next season when I build out some individual sims for simulating the first inning, simulating those individual at-bats, stuff like that. For right now, I just mainly focus on player props because I think that's where the biggest edge is. But I will take those other sorts of plays when the sportsbook offers up a boost or a free play or anything like that. Be ready for the quote tweet when Old Paven smacks one. I cannot wait. But on that note, we're out of here. Tomorrow, we should have a bunch of NFL stuff that we can do. No sweat touchdown plays on DraftKings. There's going to be free squares and things across the Pick'em site. So make sure you're tuning in tomorrow. Should be a really big show for hitting MLB plays and NFL plays. I don't know if there's WNBA still, but if there is and there's WNBA games tomorrow, we'll even have that. Thank you for being here. Another Odds Shopper live in the book. Sign up for Odds Shopper using the link in the description or sign up at Tails and subscribe to me because in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, whenever the NBA starts, it's a nonstop job, guys. I'll be at the computer 9 to 5 every day, churning out whatever value pops up, especially when we get news. Enjoy yourselves tonight.